Next we have Oceana Wills, who is from Homer, Alaska. She's a Bristol Bay fisherwoman, set netter for 10 years. This is her first time with the Fisher Poets performing. And with a name like Oceana, how can you miss? She's going to do a little mix of poetry and music for us. And run it, gal.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So I started set netting with family friends when I was in high school. Started out kind of like summer camp. It was a lot of fun and still fun, but now it's a lot more work because I'm not just a peak person. I set net for few seasons, and then I went drifting for the first time, and I have a poem about that. And then I went back to set netting, and then I went back to drifting. So yeah, but Bristol Bay is where I go in the summertime. And I have some traditional tunes just to sprinkle through. This is a list of smells that are triggers for Bristol Bay nostalgia. Crowberry and Labrador tea smell, tar resin on the pilings in the sun smell, diesel exhaust smell, fishy rain gear smell, mug up donut sugar coffee smell, tundra smells on the north wind, ocean smells on the south. Spaghetti dinner for 12 smell, and 12 unwashed bodies in one cabin smell. Triple layer long underwear smell. Salmon pot pie smell. Burnt brownies in the Dickerson smell. Burning old nets on the bonfire, toxic smoke smell. Ganja wafting from below the dock smell. Whiskey breath smell. Musty corks on the hanging bench smell. Soft grass and yarrow smell. Flounders dried on the beach smell. Sand blasting wind smell. Rain tamping dust down smell. Mud smell. Mud smell, mud smell. Neoprene waders dry or wet smell. Gurry up the nose smell. Gasoline funneled into four-wheelers smell. Burning garbage smell. Someone on the beach frying salmon smell. Someone in the cabin cooking bacon smell. Dr. Bronner's peppermint smell. Sriracha fetish smell. Miraculous basil smell growing in a pot in the sun. Careful of our garbage or the bears will smell it out. Drifter shit bucket in the lads smell, sweet cloud of smoked salmon smell, spilled cores, Budweiser, natty ice smell, coveted craft beer smell for special occasions, rotten vegetable smell, Costco cheese smell, 50 ways to cook with peanut butter smell, salmon and rice for every meal smell, trapped reindeer fart smell, sunscreen and SPF 50 chapstick smell, clean laundry smell, dead whale on the beach smell, dead seal in the net smell, ghosting salmon nightmare smell, fresh cookies on the tender smell, care package from home smell, old Bama sock and leaky extra tough smell, ginger tea and echinacea tea smell, can't smell anything with this damn cold, tiger balm smell choking out breakfast smells, hot sun on aluminum smell, acetone splash zone smell, fresh paint and fiberglass smell, low tide moss net smell, high tide wet salt smell, deck full of fresh flopping salmon smell, fog smell, seagull smell, changing weather smell, Smell this meat. Is it still good? Smell burning rubber? Check the impeller. Smell the Labrador tea? I love the north wind. Fish smelling their way home, fish smelling our bunks, our hair, our clothes, our skin. When the earth is just getting green at latitude 59, Bristol Bay nostalgia hits, and I pack my bag and get in a little red plane and fly west. This one is about my first drifter opener, slow-growing sea legs. I've learned over time that I'm usually fine after a couple of days at sea, but the bigger the boat and the more that she rolls tells how long my gut's angry at me. It was easy to say that I had my sea legs when I worked in an open skiff, and though it would blow and I'd feel a bit queasy, there was plenty of fresh air to sniff. My first job on a boat with a cabin and reel was what you could call character building, and no other day in those 2 months more so than our first opener of the season. We were driving out in a growing swell somewhere north of Igigik South Line. On deck, I was nervous as the shore grew small and the river silt faded clear to green brine. The hour descended and we set our long net, clumsily following directions yelled at us. First set, 1 fish. Next set, water haul. The captain said, "Today will be practice." I was focused on learning my deckhanding tasks, one eye on the darkening skies, trying to ignore that feeling in my stomach, which I dismissed as butterflies. So I didn't really notice our cork line erupting and splashes of fish that were hitting. Surprised was I when I heard Captain shout, "Don't you see the net? We're in 'em! Start picking!" I'd picked many fish in my set netting years, but my hands were still weak and squishy. My deckmate, too, was woefully new, had never before picked a fishy. But the fish kept coming till our corks were sunk and the front holds were rapidly packed. We were cursed as fools for having failed to set up all the brailer bags in the back. And worse yet, the middle hold was full of junk, a nightmare in our hurry. Beneath the deflated kayak and the beer were our missing brailer bags buried. My deckmate's grim face as he struggled with a fish was flecked with blood and vomitus, and I knew as I dove upside down in the hold that the chance of retching was ominous. Quite soon I was leaning out over the rails, giving my salmon cakes a new future. To the radio group, the captain reported, "Looks like I've got 2 pukers." And still there were fish flopping over the roller. The sun was now all the way down. Still we picked for several more hours till we picked over 12,000 pounds. This baptism by fire I shall not soon forget. This day and night both blessed and cursed. And there's not much to say about the rest of that season, except that it never got worse. And now I expect a few days of unease before my sea legs really grow in. To avoid the quease, I drink ginger teas and stare urgently at the horizon. water is smooth as glass, my dear. Away we go. Why do you fear the depth below? 1,000 sailors sinking boats and candlesticks, ships turn to stone. I know your trick. Come sail away on these sweet swells. Don't be afraid, I'll never tell the choice you made. My mother's voice will call me back, my lover's arms, the strength I lack to stay your charms. You won't be gone for all that long. The skies are clear. What could go wrong with land so near? I bade farewell to the rose in bloom. Your grass so sweet. I'll be home soon. Your thunder beat. The water's like a mouth of thorns. Oh, my child, weren't you warm? The waves so wild. One happy tune to end it, and I think that'll be good on time. Thank you so much.
Okay, first time ever at the Fish Poets Gathering. Oceana Wills, let's give her a round of applause. Great job. Aside from just a cool name, that's awesome. Very good. Okay, let's give Wayne another big round of applause for a great story out there. Thank you, Wayne. That was awesome.